Traveling through the world of Journey to the West, he became Sun Wukong, who was being scolded by Tang Monk. The rude monkey splashing. Killing innocent people indiscriminately. I can tolerate it all, but the most unbearable thing is that you actually recite the tight hoop curse. Alright. You can go to the Western Heaven to gather scriptures yourself. I won't play with you anymore. As the words fell, Sun Wukong took out the Rui golden hoop stick and was about to knock Tang Monk to death. Hee, no one has ever scolded me for being so big. You're a few years old, Hatue. Ding, enjoy the activation of the Journey to the West selection system. Please claim the reward for killing Tang Monk from the host. Keywords of the novel. Journey to the West. Starting with a stick knocks Tang Monk to death without a pop-up window, Journey to the West. Starting with a stick knocks Tang Monk to death complete collection download, Journey to the West. Starting with a stick knocks Tang Monk to death latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Did I become Sun Wukong? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Did I become Sun Wukong? Journey to the West, White Bone Ridge, Wukong, I see that your wildness has not changed. Those three people are either humans or demons, and cannot be distinguished as teachers. You go. From now on, there will be no master-disciple relationship between you and me. Now I want to keep you, even the Buddha won't let me. Tang Monk, holding a Zen cane, looked in front of him and angrily said, while also throwing the yellow paper in his hand to him. His face was filled with anger, and a hint of pity appeared in his eyes. At this moment, it can be seen that Tang Sanzang is holding a yellow paper and harshly reprimanding no one else. It is Sun Wukong, who caused a stir in the heavenly palace 500 years ago. Of course, Sun Wukong was scolded so harshly by Tang Monk that he did not feel any anger, and even a hint of confusion appeared in his eyes. However, soon, these confused eyes gradually brightened up. This is the rhythm to traverse. As memories kept popping up in his mind, Sun Wukong finally realized that he had traveled through time. Yes, he actually traveled through time and became the Sun Wukong in the myth of Journey to the West. This character is too familiar to him. In his past life, Sun Wukong was a well-known figure, and it was because of this that his parents changed his name to Sun Wukong. However, in his opinion, becoming Sun Wukong through time doesn't seem very good. As a seasoned fan of Journey to the West, even though Sun Wukong has so many titles and can still be lawless, this is all a facade. This Journey to the West has a heavenly Jade Emperor, a Buddha-like Buddha, and many hidden masters. Anyone can easily crush Sun Wukong to death. But to put it plainly, Sun Wukong's ultimate belonging is just that the Tathagata pities him, and he is not even as good as a Buddhist thug. At the same time, the entire Journey to the West is a game between Buddhism and the heavenly court. And Sun Wukong is just one of the chess pieces, a piece that can spread Buddhism from the west to the east. No, Sun Wukong, who had already completed his time traveling, felt even more like an abandoned son. But after the appearance of the six-eared macaque, who followed Tang Monk to the west to seek the true scripture. That requires careful consideration. At this moment, Sun Wukong felt that there was a high possibility that it was not himself, but the six-eared macaque. As for my own words, I have long been photographed with gold and platinum and beaten to death by a six-eared macaque with a stick. So in the end, Sun Wukong was just a sacrifice for the flourishing of Buddhism. From birth, he was calculated, and later he was played around by the heavenly court and Buddhism, eventually being pinned down at the foot of Wuji Mountain, enduring a full 500 years of suffering. After coming out, he worked hard to escort Tang Monk to retrieve scriptures, going through 90.9, 80.1 difficulties, but ultimately ended up being beaten to death with a stick. At this moment, while listening to Tang Monk rushing to leave in front of him, Yu Guang looked at the two of Beiji and Sha Monk who were persuading him on the side. Sun Wukong's heart was burning with anger. The last time he was driven away, it was Beiji who intervened, and this time he still intervened. How could Sun Wukong not be angry? How good you are, old monk. How good you are, Zhu Beiji Sha monk. Sun Wukong only killed 3 mortals who had already been killed by the white bone demon. How could you use persuasion to drive him away? And the old monk even allowed them to say that it was clearly intentional, deliberately letting him go and never coming back. In fact, Journey to the West should not be a 90.9 80.1 difficulty, but an 80.2 difficulty. The additional difficulty is the difficulty of the heart. Sun Wukong was very clear that this old monk did not trust him from the beginning. If we were to say it now, this old monk is just a squeeze and bully, trying to make him leave voluntarily. After all, through memory, just now Tang Sanzang blamed Sun Wukong for killing by Gu Jing and transforming him into a mortal, but Sun Wukong retorted. Master, seeing her appearance must have moved your mortal heart. If you have this intention, why don't you stay here and have a nest with that white bone spirit? Isn't it wonderful? Why did you go west to seek the true scriptures? So, this is just one sentence that directly turns Tang Monk's face red and ears red, completely losing face. After all, there is also a lecherous Zhu Beiji, a simple and honest Sha monk, and 3 disciples, by Longma, next to him. So Sun Wukong repeatedly failed to listen to his words, leaving him very embarrassed. As a result, the reincarnated Tang Monk, the golden cicada, exploded completely. Not long ago, he even recited the tight curse several times crazily, causing Sun Wukong to faint in pain. It gave Sun Wukong the idea of exiting, which allowed him to cross over. Of course, this Sun Wukong would not be grateful to Tang Sanzang, because he is a living Sun Wukong. Leaving aside these words for now, as for Zhu Beiji next to him, Sun Wukong saw it very well. Although Zhu Beiji was the laziest person among them, as a former marshal of Tianping, how could he possibly be a lazy person? That lazy demeanor is definitely a pretense. For example, now, the Baigu Ridge is full of demonic energy. Does he not know if the suddenly appearing mortal is a monster? He must know, but let's not say it anymore. At the same time, he also wanted to take this opportunity to completely drive Sun Wukong away and secure his position as the senior brother. In this way, only one member of the westbound team is from the Buddhist sect, and the rest are all from the heavenly court. As long as this sutra collection is successful, the contribution of the Buddhist sect will definitely be minimal. At the same time, neither Monk Sha nor Little White Dragon is a good person, and they both have their own little 9 in their hearts. Listening to Tang Monk's reprimand, these two did not say a word and showed superficial respect towards Sun Wukong. It can be said that this senior brother is just trying his best not to please. To protect Tang Monk here, he also needs to seek alms. At the same time, if he cannot defeat monsters, he needs to go to various places in the heavenly court to bring reinforcements. Most of the heavy and tiring work on the journey to the west was mostly done by Sun Wukong. But in the end, these 4 masters didn't do any work, and in the end, their merits and virtues were immeasurable, all falling under the category of Buddhism. And as for Sun Wukong, although he was sealed with the Do-Shing Buddha, he was not Sun Wukong at all, but the 6-eared macaque. His grandfathers, go to his grandfather's western heaven to obtain scriptures. I won't do it anymore, let you calculate clearly. Hee, it's impossible. Sun Wukong, who used to be submissive to you, has now been replaced by him, so he won't do it. Ding, congratulations to the host for understanding the principle of taking scriptures. Now the system is starting to activate. Ding, congratulations to the host. Enjoy the journey to the West selection system, and it has now been successfully activated. Accompanied by a sudden voice that appeared in his mind, before Sun Wukong could ask, another voice came out. It has been detected that the host is facing a difficult situation of 3 strikes of white bone essence and has been excluded by Tang Sanzang and others. You have the following choices. Option 1. Just let this matter not happen and beg Tang Sanzang's forgiveness in a low voice, in order to obtain a pot of fragrant rice. Option 2. Take out the golden hoop stick, directly knock Tang Monk to death, temporarily destroy the scripture-taking path, and obtain the heavenly Dao Dao Chang. System. Gold finger. End of this chapter. Chapter 2, then knock down Tang Monk. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 3. Showdown, the backstage of my monk Shah is the Jade Emperor. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 4. The golden cicada hangs. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 5. Choosing to enable again. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 6. The confused heavenly court. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 7. Sending soldiers to conquer. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 8. King, is this bragging? You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 9. Successful displacement. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 10. Heavenly Way Putuan. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The source has no content or has errors.